Hello, there's your favorite Uncle Josh, and we are back with episode 10, season, possibly series finale of Cowboy Bebop live action. I liked it. It was fun. I like live action version of cartoons and anime. So let's get into this, shall we? So actually before we do see that Faye's able to see the city, well, the street address where she comes from, so she's probably going to go explore that. But then we find out that Anne actually was the one that got Spike out of where he was and banished him out. And she's the one that kind of let it slip, like, I've been there ever since the night that they tried to kill you. Or I've been protecting you ever since. She probably looks at him as like a son that somebody you need to be protecting. So now we're at the scene where Spike and Anna are actually talking about, what went down that night and how Julia still loves him. And he's still happy. Like, a little schoolgirl, like, oh, she still loves me. She really does. Like, he's so super happy, and actually found out where she possibly could come from. And Jet tells her that, we need to save this until we get Spike so we can do it together. She's sad and don't want to do it, but you got to do what you got to do. So instead of hearing it from Spike like he should have, Jet finds out that Spike is actually fearless and he used to be a syndicate hitman. How did he find this out? Because Vicious took his daughter and wants to exchange lives. Darling, this is why you don't lie to people. This is why you tell people the truth. You need to start telling people the truth. The truth. The truth. The truth. Tell people the truth. So, Faye and Jet get into an argument and she walks off because Jet is mad that Spike lied to him after all these years. Once again, if you just tell people the truth, tell them the truth, y'all. But Jet just is angry right now. He's not really thinking rash. Granted, they do have his daughter, so you're trying to do everything you can. But, y'all, if we just tell people the truth the first time and let the chips fall where they may. My God, my God. Okay, so here's the thing. You were able to convince her that you're in love with Fearless and she's like, you need to be with him. So the smart, wise thing to do is kill the two people driving the car. Girl, what happens if you die? The girl that defeats the purpose. Y'all ain't thinking. Everybody is so emotional. Use logic. All that. You could have died. Then what good would you have been to Vicious or Fearless? Come on now, y'all. Man, the Vicious play one on them. Come to find out, it was actually just a hologram of him and the kids, and that he knew that Spike was going to do something like this because he knows Spike. Y'all just getting played with all these emotions. Y'all need to start thinking more logically. As stated before, these folks are stupid and dumb for almost killing themselves trying to get away. Like, what if y'all would have died? Folks don't be thinking. So now we get the dramatic dialogue that goes back and forth between these people when they're all just getting ready to die when suddenly Hope shows up. Yes, the light at the end of the tunnel. So Faye comes back and kills everybody and they're slowly walking out, but I hope they don't think this is going to be that easy. So Spike and Vicious end up going to go back and forth, and then out of nowhere, because Vicious end up getting the upper hand, Julia comes to shoot him. Then they exchange words and casualties that I kind of have to... It just wasn't that important, y'all. It's not. But then, in a twist of events, she shot Spike and sent him out the window. So the woman that he fell in love with ended up killing him. So now we got Kimmie, her mom, and her stepdad come, and she says, Daddy, I want to go home. They don't address each other. They just kind of drive off. And then Faye's like, I packed up. I know you're going through everything. Your kids, Spike, death, more death, all of that, but bye. Now, Julia goes and do Russian roulette with Vicious, as now she's the wife. She gets to take over, and it didn't go through. Now, this girl's stupid. I would have killed him. He would have died. There wouldn't have been that. I'd have had all 6 of those rounds, and he'd have got killed, and I would have took over. See, Julia vicious now. Julia is vicious now. She's the new Vicious. She the one that... You saw she had no problem killing the guy that she loved. So, of course, Spike survives, and he goes back to where Jet was. And Jet says, basically, if I ever see you again, I'll kill you because death does follow you wherever you go. And so this scene ends with Spike just kind of wandering off, not knowing where to go. I mean, Faye left. Jet don't want to have nothing to do with him. Julia wanted him to become head of Syndicate, and he didn't even want to do that. So we'll see. Hopefully they do a season 2. And the series ends with Spike falling down and him meeting someone. Give me a second. Ends with Spike meeting Radical Ed, which means it has to keep going. Thank you for this beautiful journey. I'll see y'all soon for hopefully season 2. Let's try Sailor Moon, shall we?